Whoa!
Yay! Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Just one of them?
just one.
Oh.
Just stop. I need to keep the soul, whatever.
Soul patch.
The reptire, burnt, whatever the hell it's called, I don't know.
Keep it real. I'm right.
I thought it was the only StarCast.
Yeah, we are the only StarCast.
It's the only legitimate.
The rest of them are trash.
Who is supremely sorry that he was running late. Crazy stuff happened today.
And I had my mic off. That's a good way to start the show. Thanks, Bod669.
Very high production.
Very high production value.
We're just testing the audience.
Yeah, we're just seeing if you guys are paying attention.
If you guys are keeping up.
All right.
Good job, Bod. You passed.
I'm so embarrassed. Welcome to StarCast, the Star Citizen podcast, the only and the bestest Star Citizen podcast ever made ever. So there we are. At least we fixed it real quick. I didn't talk for a half hour with the mic off. That would have been really bad.
So that's what would have happened.
That would have sucked so bad.
Because we can all hear you.
Yeah,
but
we can't.
the audience
can't. Right, so you all are like, I don't know what they're talking about.
Why? You're fine.
This is the beardiest cast of all the StarCasts.
This is the absolute beardiest podcast of all time.
Except Pancakes is trying. He really is. He's got like 4 hairs down there.
But we've got, over there on the other side of Mr. Perfect here, we've got the former bachelor.
Who is now, congratulations, Core got married this last week. On Friday, he is no longer a bachelor. He is relegated to the evil that has become marriage.
End up quitting smoking, apparently.
He's going to quit smoking, too. Boy. All right, so...
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Let's go over some stuff. Last week, we talked about that Trendane's computer is about ready to have a nuclear meltdown. And he might not even it might not even last long enough for the rest of the show before it melts into a fiery blaze. So, we decided that we were going to come up with some sort of like Kickstarter campaign. Everybody that was here last week said, yeah, let's do that. So we're going to do a fundraiser for Trendane. He does not want us to do this, so that's why he's hiding his face. We're doing this out of the love that we have for Trendane. So
it's not love.
Right from the heart.
It's total coercion. We're coercing him.
We're making Trendane get $1 million computer. And because we're talking Star Citizen here, there's a very good chance that you guys are going to go overboard. But don't. You don't have to. It's a very modest goal. We only have to get him like a video card, a motherboard, processor, RAM. That's all he really needs.
We're going to SLI 3 Titans.
We're going to SLI 3 Titans if we raise that much money. And for now...
I don't even know what that means. No,
we don't...
It's okay. Basically, we're going to collect around $500. Then we're going to take 480 of that and give you 20.
Yep. For the overage fees it takes to like support the whole thing, and
that makes perfect sense, and that'll be just enough for me to go to Marie Callender's on Sunday and get the all-you-can-eat brunch buffet.
Oh, very nice. So we are going to start this off. Here is the link down here at the bottom that's scrolling. I'll leave it scrolling for the show. It's very easy to go there. It's bit.ly/Trendane, and that is our fundraising thing for Trendane. We're going to get him an awesome pooter. We're not going to get him a Dell. We're going to make it ourselves.
I was about to say, anything pre-made is going to be about 3 times more expensive than something that you can put together yourself with minimal effort.
Exactly.
And it should be noted, as much as I just loathe the idea of doing this, I do have friends who work at some fairly major. I mean, I got a friend who works at Asus, and he said, "Look, if you ever need computer stuff, just tell me." I'm like, "Okay, I will," because you can get an employee discount. So it's just a question of getting the money. I've got all the friends in the world here who can help me get the hardware at really decent prices.
We'll get them the money. So we're starting this tonight. It's going to go for 1 month. I think, is it 29 days? We're going to try this, see how much we can raise for them in the next month. So no pressure. Just tell everybody about it.
I think people might be a little bit tapped until the 26th, but after that, when they've missed all their opportunities, they'll be like, just give that guy some money. Just give him some money.
There's no reason to live anymore.
Okay, it's 4:20 here in California, and
is it
the 26th? Yes, it's 4:20 right now. And isn't the 26th is like 2 days before Thanksgiving? Yeah, nobody may be spending any money at that point either. So.
Fuck Thanksgiving. We don't even celebrate that shit here. So.
But then there's Black Friday right after that.
And Cyber Monday.
Not celebrate a holiday by killing Indians.
We don't have that either. We don't have any of that.
You know, count yourself fortunate in that, Core, because it is, in my opinion, one of the worst examples of humanity in America.
Probably the worst, though, was Cyber Monday. Those people trying to be all...
People don't get trampled to death on Cyber Monday.
That's true.
That's true. Or like camp outside stores.
Sorry, let's go on with the show.
Okay, I'm just checking. Nordwolf, I guess, was having a problem connecting, but he's on. He's watching now, so we're good. All right, everybody. So let's get on with the show. Remember, if you have a question that you would like to wonder why Core is smoking his cigarette that way, if you'd like to have a question, all you need to do is type it in brackets. Just write the word "question" in brackets, and then Mr. Pancakes will grab up the questions and put them into the chat. We already actually have a couple from Facebook and stuff. So yeah. There we go. All right, so on to our first topic for the night, because these shows are so long. We might as well get going here. Updates from last week. So what happened in a week? Last week we said it looks like every week they're going to try to get $1 million. And about an hour ago, they got $1 million.
That didn't take long.
From the sale of the 250R? 350R.
350R.
What are you doing, Cole? Have you been smoking weed again?
No.
Put down the crack.
What the hell's wrong with you then?
Yeah,
I just told you it's 420.
Leave me alone. I'm fine. Go on with the
He's
show.
in that wedded bliss thing he's got going on over there.
Oh, is that what you call it? Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, made another $1 million. Epic, right?
Not anymore. It's becoming kind of passe now.
I know, right? So next week, if they don't make $1 million, we're going to say the game has failed and it's going to be the sky is falling. People are going to panic. They'll be like, "Oh my god!"
It's coming out on PS4. Oh my god!
Yeah. Oh yeah. That we could talk about that some too in a little bit. But yeah, people are going to start panicking if we don't make that. So this new stretch, we hit the 28 million mark, and we just unlocked the new Mustang.
Yes, we've unlocked the new Mustang, but that's not important. What is important is that they finally, endorsed my idea for the flying brothel, and I want one.
Yep.
This is important to Core.
I want a space yacht. How do you think I will go to the Van Duel Queen? I will go in my fucking 890 luxury space yacht and just, arrive in style and then show her my jacuzzi a little bit.
Is that what you call
a Hawaiian t-shirt? Seriously, you gotta go total Miami trash. Hawaiian t-shirt, giant gold chain with a huge medallion on it.
Animatronic tiki parrots on your shoulder.
Well, anyway.
Sorry, go ahead. We were doing the podcast.
No, I'm just tweeting this out because it's okay. Back to what we were talking about at hand. The other thing that they did was we just unlocked, or the next one coming up, the next goal is the Origin 890 jump for the $31 million goal. Or actually, no, that's the $30 million goal.
I was about to say that we still have one pointless one in between.
Right. And then the Origin 7 890 jump, Or it says, rumors are true. Origin Jump Works has a largest ship in the works. The Origin 890 Jump is an interstellar super yacht, exquisite styling, an array of quality upgrade options, travel in the stars with multiple decks, high visibility windows, and a small boat bay. So,
what's a boat?
I guess you land on a planet with water and you just let the boat come out. I don't know.
So it's a yacht inside of a yacht?
Yeah, it's a boat inside of a yacht.
Just sounds like you're going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It could be.
Just land on a planet where there's water and let the boat come up.
So that's the thing that's coming up. But the really cool part, and if you guys haven't done this yet, go over to Roberts Space Industries in another tab. Don't leave this tab.
Yeah.
Another tab. And go to the com link, because at the very bottom you get to vote on what ships you would like to see next. What ship would you like to see next?
Oh, God.
And they have the choices are a combat ship, a bounty hunting ship, exploration, trading, cargo hauling, smuggling, piracy, information runner, racing, mining, or salvage.
Vote for information runner.
I don't know.
I voted.
Actually, vote salvage.
Look, I voted for information runner because I have no friggin' clue what it's supposed to mean in this game. So I want to know what the hell it is.
You
so
just
I
threw
want
your
one.
vote away. You could have voted for something exciting.
I did not throw my vote away. The other two options.
Vote, Core. It's
the other two options that have already been voted for to death do not interest me in the slightest. So I'll vote for information runner. Currently, mining is winning with 30% and salvage with 20%.
I agree with those. We don't have any mining and salvage ships, so
Yeah.
we have ships for everything else, or ships that can be fitted for everything else.
That's exactly what I thought when I voted. I was like, okay, what ships don't we really have right now? And we have a lot of combat ships. I mean, come on. But we don't have many. I voted salvage, but it's second place to mining.
But we also don't have any information runners, so.
Just a ship with a hard drive.
For what it's worth, Court, when I didn't quite read the question, I thought it just said what would be the kind of ship you'd want. So I clicked exploration because I didn't read the question in its entirety. And then when I went back and reread it and I saw what it was, I would have picked information runner, just so you know.
There's the link guy in the chat. Guys in the chat, you can click on that and go there and vote. But you have to be logged into your Star Citizen account. Yep. Otherwise, the vote doesn't work. All right, so yeah, that's exciting, right?
Mm-hmm.
The very disappointed in the Wingman's hangar last week. That was pretty bad. Who here saw that?
Short. It was pretty short.
Yeah, it was like less than 30 minutes, pre-recorded.
I think that was the part that got me. Was that I was going to watch it.
Extensive analysis about Star Citizen. You should tune into the StarCast.
Extensive analysis and a few like molasses cookies. Anyway, I started watching it and I was probably maybe 2 or 3 minutes into it, and then I remembered there was something else that I wanted to watch first, and I was thinking I'll just watch this other thing and then I'll watch the VOD when it finally goes up later on. Because I usually don't have that much to contribute in the chat channel anyway. So I finished watching whatever it was, and it finished almost exactly the same time that Wingman's Hangar finished its live stream. And I was like, okay, and I refreshed YouTube because I was looking for something else, and there's Wingman's Hangar. I'm like, wait, that was a really fast upload and process. And then it occurred to me that it wasn't a live stream.
Previously, yeah.
That it was previously recorded, and that kind of bothered me. But
whatever. I guess they're probably too busy or something.
It's possible. I mean, they did the tour of the new offices or something. They're probably moving as we speak. Well, not right this second, obviously, because it's after business hours there right now. But they probably pre-recorded it, so they'd still have some content to put up, which is perfectly fine. Just tell me that from the get-go, so I don't forget that you guys are moving.
All right, so you just touched on it a little bit. I know that you weren't talking exactly about this, but let's bring this up because the response from Chris Roberts was absolutely pretty epic. But for those who might not know what we're talking about, during last week's Wingman's Hangar, he has that Wingman cam or whatever. It's like helmet with a nose cam. It's not really on his nose; it's on his helmet. And he's walking through the office, and he just quickly turns and looks at a desk, and he turns to another, and a desk had a monitor sitting underneath or on top of a PS4. and shit happened quick. Like, somebody saw it, went on the forums, and the sky was falling. We all had AIDS, and the zombie apocalypse was happening in the next 15 minutes. Because people just lost it.
Descends from heaven.
He did descend from on high.
He bought a PS4!
First off, he didn't buy the PS4, but it was given to him as something to test with. So, did you guys read his response? The gold response with the glowing letters?
It was awesome. It was awesome.
So go ahead and tell everybody what the response was. So he basically on the forums real quick.
Consoles.
Hold on. So what he said on the forums was, what everyone was saying on the forums was, "Oh my God, he promised us that he's a PC master race and he's got a console and blah blah," and people are losing it, and then they got really really upset. So then he comes on with a post and he says, "Pancake."
Oh, I don't know.
You just said it.
I
throw it to you and you drop the ball.
Damn it, Moo Moon, you'd had one job.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you can't grow a beard.
It's true. Yeah, it's really a bad event.
Well, how about somebody else? If you don't have it there, Pancakes, go ahead.
You just said that it's going to be a PC game.
Okay. I got it in 1 second.
Well, I mean, I could actually look it up. I just wanted to get your opinion on what he said.
So what he said basically was that, we're not going to dumb it down. It's basically the console manufacturers who are going to have to make concessions to us in order to have it brought to consoles at all. We're not going to remove any features. We're not going to change any. We're not going to make any major changes. Basically, he said we're not going to pass on features and technology that will only run on certain hardware configurations. They're not going to limit the input options or supported peripherals to the lowest common denominator. And I just thought that was an awesome response, right? So you have to be able to. The biggest thing was that they have to be able to update their code without any of their stupid Microsoft and Sony's stupid.
Well, Microsoft, Microsoft, and I made a video about this a little while ago. My grumpy old gamer, but Microsoft up to Sony actually are beating them up and Microsoft backing down. But prior to that, Microsoft was going to charge $40,000 per
every
patch.
Yeah,
and so if you had a patch where somebody was falling through the earth and it was like, oh crap, we should fix that, and it's a minor patch, it was $40,000. And so that is not conducive to a small company being able to make a small game. It's basically massive companies.
Even massive companies aren't going to release one. If they're not going to release anything more than 1 or 2 patches at most, because think about $40,000.
1.3.11.
Yeah.
How many sales is that? So let's actually do the math really quick. So if they release 2 patches, that's $80K, right? Divided by $60, that's 1,333 lost sales essentially, because they have to release 2 patches.
That's if it's a $60 game. What if it's like a $5 or 99-cent game?
This is not worth patching.
It's not worth patching. You're basically stuck.
There's also the fact that even if it's not a cheap game, even if it is a $60 game, you're still dealing with it's so expensive that it's more financially conducive to the company to wait and batch as many patches together as they can, which means there's a longer time between patches. Bugs are going to exist for longer periods because they can't afford to just be patching them every time a bug is found.
And Barstow brings up a great point. That would work out for non-MMOs. Like if you got a platformer, it's pretty much not going to change that much. But if you got an MMO, they change non-stop. I mean, that's the whole point of an MMO is it comes out, it's a piece of turd, and they upgrade it over time and fix it up. And you know this. You used to work over there. Hey, Tobran, and hello, Kinigit. 789. So one of the other things that he did mention there, now I do want to mention to everybody who might be watching, is that AMD has this new sort of procedural thing called the mantle. And the way mantle works is it removes DirectX, because DirectX is a pig. Now, with DirectX, and Chris Roberts talks about this specifically in that post, he says that with DirectX, they can do maybe 2,000 to 3,000 calls per second to the video card, which sounds like a lot. But a console can do 8,000 to 10,000 calls per second. With Mantle, AMD says that you'll be able to access the card over 100,000 times per second or more, which means that you'll have smoother graphics.
Nice.
Yep. the gameplay is going to smooth out a ton, and you're getting rid of this whole DirectX bloat that's been there forever that Microsoft just doesn't care anymore to support.
Right.
So that's one of the other reasons that he's saying, look, we wanted to test out the PS4 so that we could test out their hardware abstraction layer compared to what is currently being used in Windows, because they already know what Windows is, because that's Microsoft. So the PS4 is a completely different sort of setup. So NVIDIA has no response yet. Sorry, Metallica.
Yeah, no, that's it. And they'll have to have a response. I mean, they will absolutely have to come up with something.
And especially because SteamOS coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, exactly. And Linux becoming really sort of, you know, but when we talked about this before, when the SteamOS was first announced, we were kind of skeptical, like, you know, SteamOS, it's got its own thing. We don't think Star Citizen will be they're not gonna put the time into making a Linux port for it because the game is already so huge.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're looking at it, and Chris Roberts has already come out. He's just come out and say, if Sony and Microsoft are willing to let their platform be open, I see no real difference between them or Valve's Steambox, a Mac or PC running Linux, all of which are platforms I don't think this community would mind supporting, as they're all viewed as PCs.
Mm-hmm.
So now with that, I mean, NVIDIA's got to come up with something, because Mantle is going to change the entire game, essentially. I mean,
if it works.
Now, the one thing they did, people, as I see in the chat, people are talking that maybe it's a little premature, Siberian, I see what you're saying. But the Mantle is not necessarily just for AMD. It actually is also, it's non-specific to the hardware. So technically, NVIDIA could do the same exact thing, or could use it. AMD could use, or Intel could use AMD's Mantle without any kind of major issue there. So I don't think it's, I don't know. I think we're looking for some exciting stuff coming down the road from that. Mickey is the greatest Mantle. You're showing your age there, Metallica, just a little bit. All right. Yes. All right. So pretty much, I guess that's it for updates from last week.
I wasn't here last week, so I was kind of silent.
It's okay. You're doing much better this week. You're talking a lot more. Yeah, I'd like to see benchmarks. I think that'll be the killer. Once we get to see some hardcore numbers, we'll know for sure if this is just magic mirrors or if it's really amazing. So we'll see. All right, moving on. The new goals for Star Citizen. So the new stretch goal is coming up, and that is
Enhanced Squadron 42.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we that one's the next one. Yeah. And then after that, we've got the 890,
890,
yeah, which is the space yacht.
Yeah, space yacht.
Somebody in chat was referring to their smuggling ship that they wanted to get. I'm trying to remember who it was. Yeah, they mentioned it was a smuggling ship, and I figure that the what is it, the 890. What?
Might make a decent 890 jump. It's called
890 jump is your, that would be Core's snuggling ship. So.
Depends how fast it is.
Sometimes people like it slow. Just saying.
Maybe.
Excellent plan.
And I'm thinking about those the drug runners. Like, they have those really tiny, fast speedboats.
Oh, right, yeah.
Ghost.
I thought you meant in game. I'm like, no. Oh, yeah. You mean in real life?
Okay. Drug runners in Star Citizen. $32 million stretch goal.
That sounds good to me.
I agree.
Actually, don't really have much to talk about. We already talked about the new goals, so I guess we could skip through that.
Have the M50 on sale.
The M50 is on sale. We're going to talk about this.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
No, not anymore. It was on sale.
Was on sale.
It was on sale. I lied.
So that's what pushed us into the 28 million, by the way.
The 350R pushed us into the 28 million.
Oh, was it 350R? Oh, okay.
350R pushes 28 million.
So I'll most likely be purchasing after the podcast is over.
And that's the race car one, right?
I'd hurry up then if I were you, because you're running out of time.
Oh my god.
Panic.
There's no time left.
I think you've only got like maybe 20 minutes.
Yep.
Well, you better do it while we're on the show here, Bill. So
I was
get it.
going to say, and our viewership drops to nothing.
Yeah,
it's happening.
Go away. Okay, so what are the other ships? So, what's coming up tomorrow? That's the Caterpillar?
Caterpillar, yes.
Caterpillar.
The most mysterious ship in Star Citizen's arsenal.
It looks like it's a flying brick.
Well, the thing is, right, they've talked about this ship, and even when they talk about it, they don't really know what the fuck it is. Now, when we see the ship specifications for it, it's a freelancer. But that makes no sense, because it's a lot larger and a lot more expensive. So, basically, we're looking at it, and we have absolutely no fucking clue what it is, other than the fact that it has a lot of crew compartments.
And in the middle modular sections, are they modular? Can you take them off and then add in longer ones? Can you, like...
Supposedly, yes, but there is no confirmation on any of that.
So you could have 1,000 of them long. You'd be like some really long ship in space, like one of those ones from 2001 Space Odyssey.
Well, we don't know if you can go beyond the, the size of the ship, but we do know that you can take out, like, the little... like when you look at the Caterpillar from the top, you see like all the little modules. Mm-hmm. We do know that you could change them out for maybe cargo space or living quarters or whatever kind of cargo pods could go in there. Like that's all we know. That's what we know. But beyond that, why it's twice as expensive as a freelancer but has the same specs as a freelancer, all these things are questions left unanswered, and it is probably the biggest risk to buy a Caterpillar at this point, considering it's $225 and we have no fucking clue what it does.
If you can make it modular and you can add as many of those compartments to it that you want, that would be amazing, because the Freelancer is only so much cargo. Like, you can only carry so much stuff. But you could load that thing up with all kinds of drugs.
Right, but would you want to spend $225 on a Dream?
Well, we all are doing that, yes.
Right? Yeah, but some of these Dreams have some details to them. This one has no details.
Okay, so what's the ship for Friday, then?
That would be the Retaliators.
And there's a Retaliator, and is that the
if that's the one that goes through the weekend, it's Retaliator, Gladiator, and
the Hornet
variant? Super Hornet.
Yeah,
Super Hornet. Also got the Aurora LX on Thursday.
Oh right, yeah. Nobody really cares about that.
Nobody cares about the Aurora.
Hey,
nobody wants another Aurora.
Aurora. I actually don't have one, so
I might have to get one because I'm waiting for Monday. And so I'm figuring out how I can sell my children to get the ship on Monday.
Yeah.
But Monday is the Starfarer.
Woo! Yeah, I'll pick up a Starfarer, but probably I'll exchange it for a Banu merchantman on Tuesday.
Really?
Yeah.
Have we seen any pictures of the Banu merchantman?
No.
No. At least the Starfarer, we have some pictures.
Yeah.
No models yet, but pictures.
I know.
The Starfarer is kind of an interesting thing. It seems like it could be a really good cargo ship, but I haven't seen it with a cargo in it. All it has is those circular tubular pods underneath.
Wouldn't be hard to refit, though.
I think some really good information that I hope CIG gets to us at some point is exactly how big average cargo is, and how much space, what average value of goods are transported by...
We really have no context for anything.
Right, we have no context for... Size is really arbitrary right now. We don't know anything about, value. How valuable is that cargo space? Or is cargo space on one ship potentially more valuable than cargo space on another ship because it's better protected, or it can carry certain kinds of cargo, whereas other ships don't have, proper, radiation shielding to do that, or whatever? I don't know. Be nice to have that information at some point.
So by the time you're getting wherever you're going,
Brian's, we have a question and answer section. If you want, we can go ahead and grab that question there, Pancakes, and put it in the question and answer. We'll get to that later on.
The questionizer?
Yeah. Well, he asked a question.
Is that what you called it?
Yeah, the questionizer. And then.
I am the questionizer.
Yeah, Pancakes is the questionizer. We'll get to that question. Matter of fact, everybody else, if you have questions, by all means, ask them and stick them in there. Bill is Pancakes. He's grabbing them down. Okay, so what? Any other new interesting sales or anything like that coming up?
Well, beyond that, we don't know. However, we do know that even when LTI comes to an end, they will still do sales for new and other ships that before the game releases. They might not have LTI, but that's not the biggest crime in the world, because even if you have a ship with 6 months prepaid basic hull insurance, that means if you get it blown up, you still get it back the way that it was for about 6 months. So it's still not bad.
And that's really great.
Insurance is not going to be ridiculously expensive anyway.
Right, you'll be able to buy this stuff yourself.
Yeah, it's going to be within that like normal operating costs, of it's going to be really, it's not really going to affect your income. And besides, we're going to have to get it when we get new ships anyway in universe.
I wonder how the premiums are going to work, though. Basically, after your 6-month term, you show up at your insurance company and you're like, I would like to renew my premium. And the insurance guy goes, you blew your ship up 798 times.
We're going to raise your premium just a little.
Well, what happens if you go to update your insurance and you have like 3 times as much crap on there? You've upgraded all the hard points and, you've got like a ton of new stuff in there, new systems. Does your premium change? I think it should.
If you keep blowing it up, yes.
But if
you make any modifications to your ship, you need to inform your insurance agency so that they can alter your coverage.
There's got to be some kind of thing built in.
How does that affect lifetime insurance then? I mean, like, because they've already said you won't get it. You won't get your new stuff back. It'll be in the form of the original ship.
What they have said is that you can get an insurance on top of your lifetime insurance, which will cover the cost for any additional modifications that you stick on there. Okay. And there will be like a trading, there will be like a measuring system for your basic ship is more than just your hull when it comes to LTI. So your basic ship and all the parts on it have a combined total cost of this much. And your new ship have a combined total cost of this much. So you have to pay the difference in whatever insurance crap that you're paying.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So the LTI is ending. Like, if you don't buy a ship by this sale, you're not getting any more LTI. And this is only the short-term LTI, right? This is a 6-month, depending on which ship you get.
Well, that's the LTI that you get after the November 26th is not LTI. It's just called SHU, but it stands for something hull insurance, blah, blah, blah.
Just to say, short-term life insurance or short-term LTI. This makes it. I don't think you're going to live that long anyway. So it's okay. Don't worry.
But again, people shouldn't be upset at the fact that they won't be getting LTI, because it's really not going to be that big of a deal. What should be pointed out is if you currently have a ship that doesn't have LTI and currently have like a 350R in your hangar that doesn't have LTI, you can exchange it now for a ship that does have LTI, because all the limited edition ships that they're currently releasing all have LTI. Whether you're a new backer or an original backer, it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, the new one is Bard's Tale said STLI, but no, it's a standard haul. No, it's short-term haul HULL insurance term.
A catchy name.
Yes.
Pancakes has disappeared into the darkness.
Yeah, I don't know why he keeps changing he's going to different websites or something. He doesn't realize his face just disappears.
Well, he's not looking at porn.
He's into the void. He's a void ray.
Yeah, I know.
You're close, Rotarax. Standard haul insurance term. You got to put that at the end.
I was going to say they should not call it that.
Because that's what it is.
Shit.
It's shit.
What is this shit?
It's shit.
How much shit you got?
Walk into the office. I need some shit.
Give me some shit, please.
I'm here looking for shit. You guys don't have it.
I got to upgrade my shit because I only got 6 months left.
I only got 6 months of this shit.
6 months of constant shit.
Look at really good shit that I need to take.
Some expensive shit.
See, it just works all the way around. They should probably.
I know.
They probably should call it that.
The shit I currently have doesn't cover my entire ship.
I got ship.
If I get married, do I have to get rid of my old shit and buy new shit that's shit for me and my wife?
Is my shit tax deductible?
Ooh.
No. Don't be stupid. No.
Is my shit...
That's a dumb question.
It's so stupid. We just jumped the shark with that one.
Good.
Does my shit cover rear ending?
Ooh, don't know.
And this shit stinks.
Mm-hmm. Redacted. All right.
Moving on.
It's Q&A time, if I could find that stupid title.
Ooh.
There it is. Yes.
Since Pancake recorded all the questions, can I ask them this week?
Yes. Just pop them in the Trendane. Okay, so before we do that, Trendane, you get your voice all warmed up.
Okay.
Everybody who's just joining us now, we are doing a fund, because everyone said last week that they would love to do a fund. Now, Trendane, he doesn't want us to do this, but he would love... We want to do a fund so that we can help Trendane get a real computer. His computer right now, he has a i386 with 1 megabyte of RAM, and it's not going to run Star Citizen. He's got a Canopus 3DFX graphics card, and he's running DOS 3.0.
311.
311.
We currently have 31 people watching us, so I expect at least 31 cents in there.
31 cents, right. So the link is right there. It's a super easy link. It's bit.ly/Trendane. Go there, donate a penny, and then we can save up all of our pennies and get Trendane at least a decent
In another
computer.
tab. In another tab.
In another tab. Don't do it on this tab. All right. So if you donate $10 or more, Trendane is going to do a special voice recording for you. So it's short, like for your answering machine, for your phone or whatever. If you donate $10 or more, Trendane says he will do a voice recording. So like if you want him to...
If I donate $10 multiple times...
You can have him do 10... You can have him do as many... You donate 10 times, he'll do 10 voice recordings of different funny things that you want him to say in whatever kind of voice he can probably do.
However, I like Solid's 2547's idea of 1 gigabillion. I like the idea of that. Oh, is that what that's? Oh, that's not what that stands for. Never mind.
And then if you donate $20 or more, you'll see a picture of Trendane in his furry outfit.
Nice.
I don't have one.
You can borrow one. And Trendane will hold up a sign
because it's not my outfit.
Well, I said in a furry outfit.
No, you said in my outfit.
Okay.
If you donate $450, we will build Trendane a Vandal Queen outfit.
Yes, and he'll wear it. Space vaginal.
No, because then, for all I know,
then
Cor is going to leave his wife for me. And
he just got married.
It's going to happen.
He'd be like walking over like, I got
you. You break up a valuable relationship, Trendane.
And you're going to have to live with that. My vagina is not on the table or under. Well, it's kind of under it, but not available for. And that's bordering on prostitution, there, Mr. Domo.
Oh, very good. So, well, it's okay. You have to sell yourself out. Whore yourself out a little here.
Not literally. I mean, whoring my voice. I almost said my mouth. Whoring my voice out is one thing, but I shouldn't say but.
All right, we have a request. Can you do the cyborg pirate with a slight lisp?
What cyborg pirate?
I know. That's what I'm wondering. The character is a cyborg pirate with a slight lisp.
You can do it. You can do it.
We'll give him a minute.
We would need a vocoder filter.
Some kind of a phase thing.
So yeah, a flanger or something, yeah. which sounds like a horse penis, but it's not. Yeah. That would be a flare.
Pirate?
Lisp.
I would need a voice modulator to do that. However, short of the cyborg thing, I think I may be able to do that. And I don't even want to know what the teddy bear behind Miley Cyrus sounds like, because I don't even know what Miley Cyrus looks like, because I avoid all that shit like that.
Don't even go there. Yeah.
All right, let's
get on with the questions. Okay, Pancake, pop them in there. Go ahead, Trendane. You can read them in your best voice, just whatever voice you want.
Best voice,
whatever voice you'd like to do. I'll keep quiet.
Or do you want me to resend them?
We can't hear the voice if you're sniffing chocolate over there. What are you doing, Cor?
What?
You're a bad monkey.
You sent you this one though.
I can see the Skype.
This one's from this one's from Marcus.
But that's in there.
Oh,
Didn't Filmo put it in there earlier?
Go ahead.
Are the ships you can buy now? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That thing. Okay. All right.
Oh, he's gonna do Bobby.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
And Marcus, if you're watching, we have been debating how to pronounce your last name.
It has an O in it that we just don't know what to do with.
That's not an O. It's an O with a diagonal strike through, like it's.
Core, you live over there in the northern land. What does that O thing sound like?
Maximus Decimus Meridius Maximus Decimus Meridius Maximus. What? Sorry, what?
The O with this line through it. What's it mean? What's it sound like? Is it ooh?
It's something Danish. I don't fucking know.
Don't you live there?
I eat Danish.
I thought it was Swedish.
I don't fucking like I said. I don't fucking know. I'm not Scandinavian. What?
Don't you live in them Europe places?
Yeah, it's over there in the air.
I live in the Europe places that have normal letters, okay? That doesn't put fucking umlauts on shit. Or has double ringle S's or fucking bullshit. No. I live in a normal country where they have normal letters. If you want other letters, ask Siberian. He knows. He lives in a country where they use weird letters.
And it's just a one-syllable word. It's Yerp, not Europe.
Europe.
It's just Yerp.
Europe.
So the question from Marcus is: are there ships you can buy? I really need to pre-read this, or I'm not going to be able to do this. Okay. Are there ships you can? What?
Sorry, has two. He's like 2 girls, 1 cup thing going on over there. Core, what are you doing with it? What is that?
Thank you. I needed to clear my throat.
Yeah, exactly. just eat your chocolate and be good.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Trendane.
Are the ships you can buy now in any way limited? Is there any way of getting them in-game? And, if so, what are the ones you can get not in-game? Wait. What are the ones you cannot get in-game?
None of them.
None of them. I think you can get them all. Even the Idris is still able to be gotten somehow.
Yes. You can always steal it from somebody else.
You can, exactly. If you like that Vandal scythe, you just have to steal it.
Because that's what you've got to be doing. You've got to be plundering your booty.
Yeah.
That's champion. That's what that is. It just goes.
You do that. If you do that monotone.
Monotone?
Do that monotone, you'll be the robotic or cyborg. Pirate.
No, because if you do it monotone, it loses all the gay.
Okay, so it's not campy. But how do you do a campy I guess what's a campy robot? I don't think you can do a campy robot.
That would not Bender. That would actually be the hedonism bot.
Yeah.
I'm not finished vomiting.
Yeah.
You know that guy.
Yeah.
He's complete camp. Yep.
Next question.
Next question, please.
Okay. How many more sales do you think RSI will have before the game Lahunanes? Because there's no C in it.
Lahunanes.
But it says Lahunanes. I think it's en français.
I totally don't understand the last word you guys said 3 times. What is it?
Launches.
Oh, launches. Oh, launches.
The answer is many.
Launches.
Many more sales. You know, this is the way they're going to be making a lot of money anyway, is these sales of these ships.
And we're just going to be robbed blind.
Yeah. We're just going to keep going into more and more debt, buying ships we can't afford.
Yep.
There you go.
And that ones that we can earn a week later after we start the game.
Yep.
Every time is muffin time. Yes.
Yeah, muffin time.
Look, I'm being silent and I'm being good.
He's being a very good boy over there. You stop with the noisy plastic.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, John.
This next question is from Red Wolf. And it's: if you have NPCs or other players in your ship and it looks like it's about to be destroyed, well, what?
No,
great. I love it. Good accent.
Keep going.
And it looks like it's about to be destroyed. Will they all get spaced and will they all get spaced with you? And can you and your buddies log out and avoid it?
No.
Yes.
I think that if you log out, you can log out and not get spaced?
Yeah, absolutely, because it's you're in somebody else's NPCs. It's his NPCs that are going to get spaced, not you.
That's true. just like, unplugging from the Matrix. Or, Agent Smith jumps into some old lady who throws a knife at you, and then you shoot her in the head, and she just falls over, and Agent Smith goes somewhere.
He keeps going, yeah. Agent Smith didn't die, just that old lady.
Yeah, so that's your problem.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Murderer. I just watched that, actually.
What, The Matrix?
No, Lord of the Rings. He was just doing...
Good.
Thing. Yeah, no, I actually just watched The Matrix like a week ago.
Flesh.
Ooh.
Yep.
All right, we need a Cockney accented guest on the show.
Looks like meat's back on the menu.
Boys. All right, next question.
What about their legs? They don't need those. Why alive? Do they give good sport? I was all like, oh my god. When I heard
You like that character.
How many people know what the hell he means when he says that? Holy shit. Okay. Next question.
All the orcs were gay.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
Gay orcs.
Urukai. We have derailed.
Especially when they first pull him out of the ground pod and he's covered with all that lube.
Goo.
Oh,
yeah. Is that lube?
Hercules.
It looked like phlegm to me. I wasn't like I was eating like cereal or something the other day when I was watching. I was like, ah.
So next question.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Can you do a Geordie accent?
What?
Geordie.
Like LaForge?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. He doesn't really have an accent, right? I mean, what's
That's why I'm like,
do it to K. Do it to K.
Can you? Yeah. Can you do? Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't practiced anything like that.
No,
well, I can say "oh my," but I can't. Beyond that.
You got to do the really deep bass part at the end of every sentence.
Right. Well, I've got the schmutz in my throat.
The schmutz.
I don't know whose that is. It doesn't taste familiar. Vicor.
I just can't stop laughing. I can't stop fucking laughing.
We are not PG. Every time I upload this on YouTube, I totally age gate it with severely bad language and situations.
This is originally going to be a PG.
We were started out that way, but just fucking.
We're not even PG-13 anymore.
No, we've totally jumped the PG shark.
This is what I asked when I joined in, and like, what was it, the third podcast? I was like, "Are we PG? Can I smoke? No, it's fine. You can totally smoke." And then ever since then, we've just degraded into deeper spirals of depravities and gayness.
That's why we're the best.
Nudity and extreme violence.
Oh! I have an update.
Oh, what?
We have raised $40 for Trendane's SC fund.
Yes.
This is awesome. This is great. Thanks, guys. Well, I can't see everybody's names except Steve LaFontaine donated $20. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Go, Steve.
He's a little bit older than me.
Is he?
Yes.
How do you know this?
He was born in July of 1969.
How did you get that? What? Am I missing something?
Well, he and I were having a conversation earlier today.
Oh, okay. All right, well, this is great. No, this is awesome. This is awesome, guys. That's half the price of a set of RAM. Yeah.
Right at the bottom of terms of service, it says that Trending can stalk you. So.
Yeah, Trending can definitely stalk you.
Says the Trend what?
That's a new mouse.
I don't need a new mouse.
Well, it's okay, but we're talking what $40 can get us right
now.
$40 mouse?
1960s Microsoft IntelliMouse here, and it does everything I needed to do.
No, it doesn't. We're getting you a new mouse, a new Razer mouse.
I don't need a new Razer mouse. It shaves just fine. It shaves as much as I want, which is none, because it's this damn cow month of Movember, whatever the hell.
We're gonna get him a Naga.
You should get one of those indestructible mice. Those are really awesome.
Oh, I don't know. I think I could still destroy it.
Actually, I have a mouse for you, Trendane, anyway.
You have a what? A mouth. No, okay, I heard mouth.
Remember I did my review for the G500S?
Yes, I remember.
Brand new. Never been used. Except for me to do that review.
Uh-huh.
Brand new. You can have it. So there we go. Got you a mouse. I'll send that to you.
Woo.
Okay. So let's get back to the show.
Thank you.
So we're moving right along. $40.
Did we answer that question?
Yeah. About logging out to avoid the thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They would just matrix out of it. Next question doesn't have a name associated with it, but it says, what boons will we get for winning dogfighting matches, if any?
I like the word boons.
I know, I do too.
We have absolutely no friggin' clue.
We have no idea
yet. If they do manage to come out with dogfighting before the end of the year, which they will, but we don't know if it's going to be AI or whether it's going to be PvP straight away. When they do, they will come up with a system or a ladder or some kind of ranking system on which you can earn in-game UEC and the prize system. But what that means or how much that's going to be, no fucking clue.
Yep.
And when the game fully launches, there'll be like that Brad Arena. So
yeah,
you can win Pancakes. Glory.
Your video just went really crap, and you're breaking up. You're like really laggy. Oh well. All right, so go ahead, Trendain. You can read the next one.
Okay, the next question is from That Fella 89, saying, do you fellas think that it is best to wait to buy PS4 given all of the problems?
Yes.
Yes, I never buy first generation of any new console.
Never be an early adopter with hardware, especially
Red
console.
Ring of Death. Anybody remember that? That was like a year after it came out. They were still making Red Ring of Death.
Plus, there's no games.
Yeah,
that's time right now.
The coolest part about it is you can stream to Twitch directly from your console. That's the coolest part.
Well, the Xbox can't right now.
Right.
But PS4 can. But still, don't buy consoles on launch. You wait till you can get a decent bundle for a game that you want, that you actually really want to play, or you wait till a hardware price drop and until they work out all the kinks, right? Because you don't want to be part of the whatever percentage of failures that come up.
Or just wait till...
Or, just not buy one.
Yeah.
Right. And on the same note, don't buy games on launch either, because they're likely to be buggy, and you can wait, especially for Steam sales. Just have a little patience.
Spore. Excuse me. Sorry.
Trendain loves Spore. Loves the Spore.
Right along there with the.
Yep.
The Spore.
Oh, that was manly rumble.
There's a question on there was a question on X Rebirth at some point. I think it's either coming up or we skipped it or something. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. X Rebirth bugged up the butt at launch, I
bought it,
as we all knew it would be.
And I can't play it. I'm stuck. I'm like literally stuck in the wall, and I can't get out.
That's what happens. You can't do that. You can't unless you know for sure, like because Egosoft has always had a problem with bugs on release. All their X3 releases, their X releases were completely bugged. I mean, they had like game-breaking bugs where you'd lose all your progress and stuff like that.
I saved it often, but even if I go back, I actually have to go back and do a whole fight over again. If I start to the one before I got stuck in the wall. And how I got stuck in the wall was I was literally walking through the door, and then the screen glitched, and I was in the wall, and I was like, no way to get out of the wall.
Yep.
The wall took out the Geekdomo.
I think David Copperfield did that with the Great Wall of China.
Poof, gone.
Apparently, there's a lot of evidence now that it was originally supposed to be an Xbox game, like a console exclusive, and it got It's essentially a really bad PC port, which is why it works well with the Xbox controller.
I have the Xbox
controller.
No
joystick support.
No joystick support at all. And I can't play it with this controller either. It's crap. It's like you're flying up with this one, then this one here, then this one. You're using like every single button on this controller just to do any of the basic functions that I can't stand it. So I started playing with just the mouse and the keyboard, and it's not so bad. But
Cord, do you have to pee?
No.
You just seem to be having a really hard time sitting still.
I don't have a cigarette.
Somebody get that man a cigarette.
Here's the thing. I figured something out though. Because if you have an X52 Pro, you can do this. So let me show you.
Oh, make sure that when you open this up, you must lick it.
No, I'm not licking anything anymore. No more licking.
You licked the stick last time.
A little bit of lickage.
So if you look at the X52 Pro, it has this little console thing right here, right? The reason it has one of those, and it also has a few other switches elsewhere on the device, But basically what that stuff is for is it creates a hardware profile. So what you can do is literally map keyboard functions to the joystick itself.
I don't want to do that. That's such a hard setup to get all that stuff.
It probably takes about 3 hours or so to get everything
right,
working.
so I'm meaning, yeah.
Because there's no native joystick support, you have to do emulated joystick support, and that's if you're struggling with X Rebirth and you must play with a joystick and you can't stand the keyboard controls and for some reason you can't wait for a patch or anything to play this game, then there's your option. You can always do a hardware override.
Yeah. So I'm gonna wait because I'm not gonna do all that. I'm just gonna wait for them. They're supposed to have joystick support. They said in the next 6 months or so, which probably means next year. I'll just wait. So yeah, Zeldish asked what happened to his computer. It's just dying. It's lived a long life.
A very long life.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought this thing before I worked on Spore.
Yeah, so it's a 46SX. He bought the DX upgrade chip.
You know, even if you tell people what it actually is, they're still going to be like, "Oh my God, how the hell can you function like that?" So,
I think the biggest thing that people are going to be wondering. Wait a freaking second. You worked on Spore?
Yeah.
You worked at the evil conglomerate?
EA. It's in the game.
If I'm totally honest, Spore was a huge disappointment.
If you're totally honest, like you had to say anything other than that, that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
I remember the hype. I remember the hype for Spore, and then like 2 years later, it was like, whatever happened to Spore? Oh, it came out. It didn't do great. I was like, oh, okay.
Neat concept. But.
Can you imagine how much worse? Okay, just so you know what I did, I was in charge of the team at EA headquarters in Redwood City, California, in charge of the QA team that was responsible for testing it to make sure that it worked the way that they told us it was going to work. Part of the problem was, and I'm getting way off of Star Citizen here, but I'll make this very quick. So many of the teams were so siloed; they were just exclusive to themselves, and they didn't communicate back and forth.
Right. This
was over at Maxis in Emeryville, across the bay, and so you had at one point I think 27 producers. Because everybody knew this was going to be Will Wright's next big thing, so everybody wanted to get their hands on a producer title if they could.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had all these different teams making all these different, various games because there's 5 different modes and they're very different, game modes for the most part. Before we released it, like 2 years before we released it, it was actually getting pretty good. And then some asshat who has no concept of what a fun game is, apparently, played it for about a half an hour and said, "This is boring, change it." And instead of listening to me, who was my job is to make sure that it's fun and has replay value and all that other shit, they listened to him and they basically laid off my entire team and kind of started over, which is when it became what it is now. But there was a point where it was actually kind of fun and it was engaging and it was there was good stuff going on, and then it just got whittled away.
You mean like a non-terrible, whatever that endgame space thing was called?
Yeah, well, no, well, yeah, kind
Civilization phase or whatever.
Yeah.
Civ phase was actually one of my favorites because you could, if you started out as an economic city, you could just set up trade routes with all the other cities, and when you built up enough money, you just go, "I'd like to buy your city," and they go, "How much are you offering?" And you go, "This much," and they're like, "Oh, "Thank you, okay," and you just take over the whole planet without firing a shot. And it's wonderful. And then you move out into space and you do the same thing. Anyway, that's again way off from what we're talking about with Star Citizen.
I just wanted to be able to like make my own creatures and like not. And just like I wanted the evolution phase and like the single cell phase and then like the tribal phase and stuff. I wanted that stuff to last like a long time.
It used to. Cell phase used to be literally sandbox. It was completely open ended. When you got to a point where you were as big as you were going to get, you could keep swimming around and you could keep unlocking all the other different parts because there's like 9 or 12 different parts that you can collect. Now, once you've gotten big enough, you have to evolve because everything else disappears. There's no more food to eat. There's no more parts to pick up. There's no more nothing. You have to evolve. And you are basically locked out of that thing. And then the only other way you're going to collect those pieces if you collect them off of other animals once you get to spaceship phase, space phase. Creature game, which was the second one, used to be that you come out of the sea. Why am I going on about this? This is not the game we're supposed to be talking about.
I don't know.
do it. It's not like we have anything smart to say.
Anyway, you'd come out, and one of your first quests that you got was you had to go get a seashell, or two seashells, and bring them back and put them on your nest to upgrade your nest and make it the next bigger size. And then you had to go get 3 sticks. And then your third one was you had to go get 5 stones. And it kept you interacting with the planet. Once they remade it, you were just kind of walking around on the planet, but you never interacted with it. And the way that they remade it afterwards, anytime you get near a nest, the hearts go up, and you go into, your mate starts chasing you all over the place, whether you want to go into the creature editor or not. It used to be, if you wanted to trigger it, you had to bring her a flower.
When the fun time starts.
And you had to go and take a flower, and once you gave them a flower, then the hearts would trigger, and you could go into the thing. So it was user triggered rather than automatically triggered, and it was so much more fun the way it was.
Sex. It was consensual.
Exactly.
Sex.
Exactly.
Instead of rape is what it turned into rape.
Asexual rape.
This is when we need to have that song. The female of the species is more deadlier than the male. She's chasing you around the.
Yeah, it's like the Vandal.
Like the Vandal. How do you think I know what it's like?
So the overall consensus is they love your story, Trendane, and don't worry about it. They wanted to hear how good games die, and they actually like your
they're
game.
Ever born.
Yeah, they actually like your game way better than the actual game that came out.
Oh well, they would have.
Yep.
We do. Because
I was so
pumped. I actually kind of liked that part.
No, there's a lot of people that were like, Spore will be awesome. But that was like several years before the actual thing came out.
Right, I remember seeing the first stuff on it. Yeah,
that first video at Maxis with Sid Meier.
Will Wright.
Or Will Wright, right? Will Wright, just sitting down at his PC and being like, "This is the cell phase," and like showing the thing swimming out. I was like, "That's so cool!"
Mm-hmm.
It was. It absolutely was. It was awesome.
But then the issue came that everything had to be casualized.
Yeah.
I fucking hate casualization. I've hated it since 2004. Since whenever the fucking Xbox and PS3 decided to make their appearance. It bugged me ever since. But I think that's why I think that's why we're all here, because we're hoping Star Citizen's gonna finally fucking break the goddamn mold again.
I think it's gonna.
It will. And accept us in our beardliness.
Mm-hmm.
Next question.
Next question. That one was about an hour and a half long.
Yeah, no shit. And I wasn't even talking about this game.
That's all right. No, it's cool. It really is cool. I like hearing about it.
There was a comment about my chair. This is an actual bona fide lazy boy.
Nice.
He's not pointing at the chair when he was saying that.
I was, and not at the same time.
As long as he didn't say, "This is a bona fide lazy boy."
I think that our next fundraiser should be getting me a new chair. Because mine is out of padding. It's just like cardboard.
Have you been eating it?
No, it's just like 10 years old.
Oh, see? Kind of like my computer.
Yep.
Solid, yes, I do have a cigarette in my hand. But this may be a week-old cigarette that was only a tiny stub. I've just relit it because I've been talking for so long.
Okay, so here's your justification that you it's not that you've continued smoking, you're just finishing the one that you started last week.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Don't be wasteful.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's going to keep smoking the nubs in a week.
Sure. Yeah.
Reuse the earth and stuff.
I've never done that. Not that I've ever gone to a college and snuck outside the computer lab to dig spent cigarette butts out of the ashtrays because I never did that. Next question.
Next question, please.
Next question.
You're the reader, Trendane.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Is the Origin 890 the address equivalent? If so, I should have a jacuzzi on board. I don't know if there's really a question there, but there is. Okay.
Yeah, but no, but yeah, but no, but yeah, but no.
I can promise you that my 890 jump will have a fucking jacuzzi in it, just so that I can give the Vandal Queen a place to unload after.
How is a space jacuzzi gonna
unload?
Work?
You say?
Don't
unload.
Don't say that. It makes me think of the image I showed you guys.
I know.
Now the entire audience
You gotta,
oh my God, what
listen.
image?
If you're gonna get it on in the jacuzzi, you gotta make sure you're a really good shot because you don't want the water bubbling up getting in the way.
You're right. You're absolutely
Gotta aim right.
Do not want to dilute that.
Sploosh. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
I don't see any space jacuzzis.
Did we answer the question? Did we answer the question?
Absolutely gonna space jacuzzi.
Is the 890
an Idris
equivalent was the question.
Oh.
Not.
No, it's not. It's not equivalent to an Idris. It's equivalent to nothing. It's a space yacht. It's the only one we got.
Technically, we don't know what it's equivalent to. This is Chris Roberts coming up with, we're going to have a space yacht! And we have absolutely no fucking
Get
clue
out of
what
my
it means. We have absolutely no clue what it means to have a space yacht yet. So,
But
I can
how
totally
could
see
it
that
be
happening.
bad?
Like they walked in going, Chris, we're going to hit the next million. What do we got? Space yacht. All right.
Space yacht.
Back to doing my Call of Duty.
but that was the exact same comment I made about the fucking Squadron 42 thing. They're like, give him Squadron 42, it's going to get upgraded. What does that mean? We don't know. They don't know. Nobody knows. Let's just do
It's
it.
gonna be upgraded.
It's got more features.
Next question.
Next question.
Ultra Dane, sure, next question.
I'm just making sure everybody else is ready.
We're ready. Throw
My
it.
body's ready.
Okay, so was Pancake High or super hungry when he thought of his screen name?
Both.
He was high and hungry,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so he's got pancakes.
Nice, quick answer there. Didn't give me any time to read the next question, but that's okay.
Sorry, bud.
That's okay. Sorry.
But Western. Southern
Western?
accent, yes.
Western or Southern? Pick one, because there's a very big
Western.
difference.
Southwest.
Iowa.
No, not
Iowa's
Iowa.
not
No.
From Des Moines.
I was going to
Des
go
Moines
for like
specifically.
a.
Boston.
See, I was kind of going to go for Fargo, sort of.
Oh, Fargo's
Gonna go
good.
for
Yeah,
two.
go for a Fargo. Don't
Sort
you
of
know?
a. Oh yeah, that's
All the
what I was
European-
going to do.
All the European people are like, what the fuck are they talking
I have no clue. I'm just sitting here going,
I don't understand.
Makes sense.
So Mr. Bryan's there 2013, that guy, he says, I'm trying to learn more about this game. And sorry, I went a little bit Canadian there.
It's right on the border. It's okay.
Yeah, it's close.
even
They
the people
interbreed
in Europe know
sometimes.
that's Canadian, yo. I
Yeah,
mean,
right, whatever.
yeah.
Will he be able to build these ships later on, in the game instead of paying RL cash for them there, kind of thing?
Absolutely.
You
Yes.
build them? I don't know if you're gonna build them.
Well,
Every
you
single
can
ship
buy them.
will
Buy
every
them.
single ship will be attainable in the game without the use of real life cash. Whether or not we'll be able to produce ships is completely up to Chris Roberts' mind, and whether or not what'll actually happen to these ships. We do know that NPC organizations will be creating these ships, and we'll be able to support them in their endeavors to create ships. But what that means, we have absolutely no fucking clue. Chris, could you chime in? Oh, he's not here.
He's not here this week. We're gonna try to get him next week.
Next week.
Mhm.
Next week.
And Wingman. We're gonna try to get Wingman in here too.
Yeah. That'll be good.
It's not gonna
Party.
happen. But we're gonna
I
try.
like how one of us was excited about Wingman coming.
Woo! Yeah.
It'll be great. I want to hear about his weight.
Yeah.
Yep.
214.
Steve,
I
I
should
hope he
race
grows a
him.
beard.
I should
Wingman
race
does
him.
not have a beard.
I think he should. I think he should have grown one for
Yeah.
No Shave November at the very least.
He should have grown one for November.
Movember.
Remember.
November. Oshember.
So I'll go on to the next question.
Yes, please.
What style do you think the new ships? Fuck, I already screwed it up. What style do you think the new set of ships will take? The first set had a distinctly Firefly industrial look to them. I love the ships I have, because that's all capitalized with the word love. That's why I gave it that accentuation like I did there. But I'm hoping the new set will be more of a futuristic, sleek style to them. Even the combat ships. The idea is, even in the real world, there are some more than one type of combat aircraft, because like there's a F4 is what I think of when I look at a Hornet. I want an F-22 Raptor equivalent. Sorry for the long question. Now you see, hon, it wasn't a long question. It's just, the question was nice and short and simple. What style do you think the next edition? That was a short. It was the rest. It was the expletive afterward. That was the long part. So
well, if you look at
exposition, yeah, it's not an expletive.
Whatever.
Something.
Fuck,
like,
there's an expletive for you.
He's like, fuck!
Like, 50 expletives afterward.
If you look
Somebody
at, like,
ask a question like that, and Trendane will read out all of the expletives.
Get her done.
Just ask a simple, short question, and then just put like a string of expletives afterwards.
We can beep later.
I think the best way to answer this question is that most of the ships that are currently being released are still around 400 years old. I mean, I think the oldest ones are 400 years old, which means that the newest ones, which are the 300Is and the Constellations, which are only 20 to 50 years old, those already have the new style to them. I mean, they have the new cockpits and they have the new look and feel to them. But most of the ships, like the Avenger or the Gladiator or the Retaliator, they're all old style ships. Even the Idris, very old ships. So we're gonna see a transition between the 400 years and the now, and any ship that comes out in the now will have kind of more the futuristic kind of Constellation 300i feel to them, whereas anything in between there is going to have still a transitional period or phase which we don't know about. But one thing you could definitely tell is if you jump into your Avenger and look into that cockpit, you'll see that it's the original Wing Commander style cockpit.
Mm-hmm.
Which still shows a very, very, very big difference in the way that those styles are being handled. So it really depends on what kind of ship you're going for. Like I said, most of them are really old.
And why is that?
Because I think that what they wanted to do is when they started out with the universe for with the persistent universe, they wanted to build it from older ships to newer ships, but just older ships look like crap. Mm-hmm. So they came out with the 300i, they came out with the new Aurora, and they were like, the Aurora is a rebuild of a 500-year-old ship, which basically means that it looks the same and acts the same and kind of feels the same, but it does have a little bit of a newer feel to it when you look at the LN or the LX. The 300i specifically, looks like a new ship. It looks like a BMW. It looks like something that you would be able to fly. Even the Hornet is a 200-year-old ship, but it's been in use and in production for so long that nothing that truly raises the standard has come out since. Now, that's not entirely true because before Persistent Universe comes out, I'm pretty sure Chris Roberts is going to come out with an upgrade to the Hornet, which is going to, is probably in the stages of phasing out the Hornet out of active service and replacing it with this newer style ship. But again, we won't really see any of that until Persistent Universe comes out.
All the computers will get networked, and the Vandals will hack it, and
whatever. The idea behind it,
and then we'll go back to the Hornets and.
The idea behind it is that they wanted to start with like the earliest iterations of the lowest common denominator ship, whereas Hornet is still standard issue. Whatever they come out with next, they can truly say that that's going to be a new thing. Whether or not it's a 100-year-old ship or a 10-year-old ship, really makes no difference at that point.
Yeah. All right. Next question.
Oh, right, that would be me. Starting to drift off there.
Yeah, it's okay.
Let's see. Okay, look, dude, so will Star Citizen support Mac or just PC? I have both. I'm bi.
Just
well, it doesn't
PC
say I'm
for
bi,
now.
just curious. Because I have both, just curious, sorry.
Just PC for now because Chris Roberts just got through saying in the letter that he appreciates a Mac, but he does not. Mac is basically the antithesis of everything he likes about PC, because Mac very strictly controls what kind of video card you can have, what kind of operating system you can have, yada yada yada. Which I do agree with to some extent. And PC is supposed to be sort of like the hippie free love movement. Like you can just build whatever you want, man. Put it all together in a freaking blender, man. Just like light it on fire.
Which is exactly the opposite way of the way they market the companies, which is the weirdest thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But That, of course, does lead to the Korean monitors that you can pick up for $250 that have 99, which have 99% pixel quality, and in most cases they have 100%. It was just that Apple just looked at the panel and just went, "No, this is no good. Go away."
Right.
And the Koreans put these things together for about $50, sell them for $250. So if you're looking for a monitor upgrade, get a fucking Korean 27-inch.
Get a BenQ, seriously.
There you go.
BenQ.
Great monitors, guys. And that's exactly what Core was saying was right. I went to Micro Center with one of my buddies, and we were just talking about monitors, and he's like, yeah, these are just Apple rejects. That's all they are.
And support Team Grubby.
What?
Grubby is sponsored by BenQ.
Oh. The Star
a lot of
Star
yeah,
StarCraft
EG is too.
Yeah.
Huge sponsors like half that stuff in the world.
So yeah, to answer your question, PC for sure, and it will play on a Mac, but you're gonna have to dual boot with Boot Camp.
Boot.
Boot Camp. All right, BenQ was the name of the BenQ.
Yes.
Thanks, Bill.
Great monitoring company.
All right, go next question.
BenQ people, call me. Gotta work up a little advertising deal.
Normally that doesn't work, but you got the sunglasses on, and it definitely works when you say it like that. Yeah. Call me, dude.
Call me. Call me. We'll talk about this.
Works, yeah.
We'll work up a little deal. You know?
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget it. It's okay.
What are you guys?
Yeah.
So I completely cocked that one up. I did there. All right. What are you guys planning to purchase during this week's sales?
I see his wife watching.
This is it's a difficult question.
I'm gonna try to get a Starfarer. If I can figure out how to, I gotta melt down my. Here's the problem with me getting the Starfarer. I got the Freelancer, and I got the Freelancer package, so I've got like $150 in there right now. I gotta melt it down, and then I gotta put in $100 to get the Starfarer, but then I've gotta buy a damn package.
Aurora.
I gotta buy an Aurora package, and then upgrade that hanger with the business hanger or something bigger, because the Starfarer ain't gonna fit in there anyway. So it's very expensive, and I'm very scared.
Okay.
Because it's not $100. It should be just a $100 upgrade, but it's not.
Let RSI brainwash you, or CIG.
As
give them all your money.
As a furry, I strongly feel that there should be a lupine race in the game, just so that I can hear them say that the name of that ship is the Aurora. I really need to hear that. I think that would be very
Aurora.
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 All right, Pancakes. What are you getting with the sale?
Well, I already got the 350R. I might get something else, but we'll see.
Stop jerking off.
What, me?
Someone was.
I was clapping.
Well, now remember, Domo, we can't see you
in
the thing until the stream catches up. So all we hear is, it's like, whoa, wait a minute, because I can't see that you're clapping until
now he's clapping.
Yeah, it's
10 minutes later on the screen.
That's why whenever I clap, I go up here and be like, yeah.
I did. I went like this on the screen.
Yeah,
but we can't see you.
Eventually.
Good point.
Whatever you say.
Fap. All right, so how about you, Perfect?
I will probably be buying a Gladiator.
That's nice.
Core, which one are you not buying?
Well, I traded in one of my Super Hornets for a 350R because I didn't have one yet, so I picked up a Lightspeed package. I will be picking up a Starfarer or a Badu Merchant one of the two. I will be picking up a Xeon chip and an Idris.
Another Idris? Don't you already have an Idris?
Shh.
Tell no one.
And Trendane, you're probably not getting a ship because that money is going towards your pooter, right?
Oh, the machine. Yeah, sorry.
Computer booter.
Thought you meant my bunghole.
Bunghole to put the powder.
Serious ass makeover.
Not into making them kind of toys working for me. No, I don't do so.
Skater. Done by the powder skater.
Nope. Next question.
French fry potatoes.
in a race, who do you think would win? A 350R or an Origin M50?
M50.
Yeah. Judging on mass, the M50.
It's the M50, yeah.
They say it's the fastest thing out there.
I think it has more to do with speed, Core. You might want to look up your outdated ship schematics or point things.
If we go based on
the thing is, right, there is a maximum speed in the game. So basically, once those two ships achieve the maximum speed, which is what, 0.4 light speed, then it doesn't matter. You can't go faster than that. So it just comes down to which one reaches it faster, and that has to do with mass displacement.
How fast you can turn.
And plus, it's going to be, exactly. It's going to be about maneuverability, too. The M50 is smaller. It's more maneuverable. So it's about how fast you can accelerate to 0.4 light speed, because you got to be able to avoid asteroids or whatever the hell they're going to... Because the racing courses aren't just going to be straight lines.
No, I want to see a lot of ducking and weaving.
Super exciting.
Fucking Daytona.
So how quickly do you think you'll be able to do the tea kettle run?
12
in
parsecs.
9 parsecs.
12 parsecs.
9 parsecs.
You're going to do the run
in 9. I can do it in 9.
I only do the Kessel Run, none of this tea kettle run.
Not the tea kettle run.
I hope you all realize that we just did that on purpose. That parsec is not a measurement of time; it's a measurement of distance. And
well, it kind of is.
Well, all right. Here's my excuse for Han Solo. Okay, maybe the Kessel Run is just like a random thing. Like
no, they said it's like around a black hole, and
this was the distance I was like able to smuggle drugs.
No. See what it was? It's a black hole, and it's how close you get to the center of the black hole, and he was 12 parsecs away, and that's the closest that anybody ever got. So that's the official George Lucas explanation for the cock-up.
Really,
it's not that it just sounded cool. And he was BSing.
I think that George Lucas thought parsecs was time at the time because he parsecs.
There were so many things that have been retconned by George Lucas when he realized shit after the movie came out. One of those things is sound in space. Oh yeah, the board computer simulated the sounds. That's why you heard all the laser things going off in space. Okay, George.
It's okay. It sounded cool. That's all
everybody still does it. The only show that I saw recently that doesn't do it is Firefly. Everybody else does sound in space.
Yeah, no. But again, there were so many things that were retconned after the fact, and the funny thing is, they didn't really need retconning. They didn't really need justification.
It's magic. It's space magic.
But George Lucas just went, "Oh, I have to come up with all these explanations to all these things," and it's just like, okay, George. It's okay. You can.
That's how we got midichlorians.
Midichlorians.
A parsec, which stands for parallax second, is a unit of measure in interstellar space equal to a distance having a heliocentric parallax of 1 second or to 3.26 light years or 19.2 trillion miles. Now, what he should have said is that the reason he was able to do the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs is that the engines on the Millennium Falcon are so powerful that when he passes light speed, when he's basically warping space to be able to cover point A to point B in the shortest distance possible, the engines are so powerful they were capable of shortening that distance to 12 parsecs. That's what he should have said.
But he's Han Solo and he doesn't have time to explain that shit.
No, that's what Lucas should have said.
Oh, I see.
Anyway.
All right.
Another 40. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Another obvious solution would have been that George Lucas just went, "Yeah, Han Solo was a bit of an idiot."
There you go. That would have worked.
Scoundrelous.
All I gotta say is, yay for J.J. Abrams. Just yay.
Maybe for J.J. Abrams.
I know there'll be lots of lens flare.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
There's gonna be a lot of this in that movie. We won't be able to see the main characters, just going to see a lot of that.
Did you see Into Darkness?
No, because it was probably this.
No. Why do you call it Into Darkness? There's no comma. It's Star Trek Into Darkness.
No. I'm not going to refer to it
I see what you're saying. Yes.
Just like I call it
Into Darkness.
Just like I say Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, because it was not that movie for me. Indiana Jones is not.
Unfortunately, that's not how the real world works. It's still
the real world.
Star Trek Into Darkness.
It is Star Trek Into Darkness. It's a double entendre.
Kind of.
All right, let's move on. Sorry, we gotta go back to the questions.
It's got Benedict Cumberlicious, so it's got to be good.
Okay, so
Mundane.
What?
Take the stage.
Oh, yes. Well, of course, yes. Are members of this podcast all planning to be part of the same... Oh, shit, I fucked this up. Are members of this podcast all planning to be part of the same guild / clan / org? If so, what is that guild / clan / org?
We are all members of...
Imperium.
Except Trendane, which we haven't got him convinced to come over yet.
That's because he doesn't have a computer to run the fucking thing, let alone pledge for the goddamn thing.
If you would like to help Trendane get a computer that he will be able to run the Imperium website on, please donate
The website alone.
Please donate to Trendane's Star Citizen Fund down below. It's http://bit.ly/Trendane.
It keeps crashing when I try to run this JavaScript. Is that made out of coffee? How does this work? I don't understand.
You got cotton swabs and that thing.
Well,
Go for Old Man Herbert if you are going to do the Old Man.
I got some cotton swabs if you need some.
Yeah, just use the royalties you got from Spore. That's what Boyleban says.
The game that sold like 12 copies.
I was going to say,
Right.
we sold tens of copies.
Tens.
Most of the copies were actually given away to those of us who worked there. I still have like 3 or 4 collector's editions, and I'm just like...
Save them. They'll be like an Edsel someday.
Yeah, those came out great, didn't they?
Yeah. They're just...
I bought a copy. So that's one.
You're one of the tens.
I mean, you know how like those old,
for like $10.
you know how like those old action figure collectibles that have like a
Missing
like
finger.
a production defect are worth more money. Well, Spore was a production defect all on its own. So you could probably.
Save
There
it.
you go.
Next.
Thank you.
We'll save you, Trendane.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. So the 2 leading ships in today's poll, Sem, because it's got 1 E and 2 M's, Sem, to be a dedicated miner or salvager. Which would each of you prefer?
I want both.
Yeah.
But for the next ship.
No, I'm serious. I mean, why couldn't they do both? We talked about this. They could have a Firefly class ship that's both a salvager and a miner.
I agree. I want both as well. I voted for miner, but I do want both.
I voted for salvage, but I could take a miner too.
Given those 2, I would probably go for a miner just because it is my plan to be far and away from any people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, much like if I get in the freelancer, I'm just going to go into uncharted space. I'm not going to be near the Vandul, near the Xi'an, near anything. Take off and explore. And there won't, I figure, be a great deal for me to salvage, but there might be a fair bit for me to mine. So.
Yep.
I'm gonna have every chip in the game anyway, so it really doesn't matter which one I pick.
Yeah, whatever. Core, donate to his Star Citizen Fund. Stop buying chips.
But I'm spending all my money on chips.
Deep in debt.
Thank you. Priorities.
That's why he had to get married. He was marrying into money.
He did. She's loaded.
She's probably got 3 of all the ships. And,
right. She just throws them away on the weekends for no reason. Delete this one. Delete that one. She need room.
It's like, some days, just, buy a dress, wear it one day, burn it, you get a new one the
Have the
next day.
servants burn it.
Yeah, I do that.
I
do that all the time.
Wearing the dress? Yeah. Okay, moving on.
Thought I was the only one who fantasized about that. So next question is, had it been said that the sale of ships, as it is now, will stop at game launch, or will it continue after that, i.e. Pay to win and buying ships before play?
I don't think, if you're saying the game's released, I don't know. They might have some starter ships that you could buy, but I don't see them continuing on with you being able to buy a Vandal or...
Not like this.
No.
No. It won't. I'm sure you'll be able to buy, probably be able to buy in-game currency to a certain extent, but you're not going to just be able to outright buy like huge ships. I'm sure you might be able to buy like smaller ships, like you might be able to buy a Hornet or another like Aurora or something like that. But for like a Connie or even like Retaliator, Caterpillar, etc. You won't. I don't think you'll be able to buy those ships. I mean, those are because they want to have a limited number of those in universe. The point that of them selling it now is so that they have a healthy sort of curve for ship population between lots of smaller ships, and then they do have some larger ships when the persistent universe goes live, rather than everybody just having these smaller ships and all the larger ships are in the hands of NPCs. This way you can actually build out a fleet beforehand.
And then
that's what I think they're going to do.
On the flip side, you don't want in like a year and a half everybody to be an economy.
Exactly. They will probably have what stuff like War Thunder has, or Roll the Tanks, where you can buy like a starter pack, whether or not that'll be an Aurora or a Mustang, or maybe even something slightly bigger. Whatever. They'll do that at the start of the game anyway.
Yeah, War Thunder or World of Tanks. They have those badass Russian tanks you can buy right now. I think I was just checking them out last week, and I think they're like $50 or something like that. But
whatever
they're not the best tanks in the game by any means.
You'll probably get like a price scheme somewhere from you'll get a $30 pack, you'll get a $50 or $60 pack, and you get like an $80 pack, and those will be like the kind of digital downloads that you can get for the game. Mm-hmm. But it'll probably be limited to an extent. We already know that UEC purchasing will be limited weekly or monthly, I'm not sure. But you can only buy around 100k UEC monthly, depending on market fluctuations.
All right, next question.
Which is also the last question. And it's kind of a good one, I guess. It has an unnecessary comma, but it's still a good question. I gotta figure out what voice I want to do. Oh, I'll just do Harvey's voice for this one. Which means I'll have to add a bit to it,
So I was walking down the street the other day, and I'm sitting there, I'm talking to this guy who's walking along the sidewalk next to me. Now, he's clearly from some other country or state or something, because his accent is just crazy. I can't even understand half the words he's saying most of the time, because he certainly doesn't speak.
Crazy in a good way or a bad way?
He was actually crazy in kind of a good way, but he wanted me to show him some of the seedier parts of New York. And I'm like, honey, that's my living room. I'm not going to take you to my house because there's no way in hell I'm going to let you in the door. I mean, look, you're wearing a trench coat. That's nice. But I mean, is there even anything under it? I'm like, oh, God, no, don't show me. I don't care. Right. We're not in Times Square yet. That's where you do that reveal, like, Rudy Kobe, the coolest magician on planet Earth. But anyway, so he turns to me at some point, and just out of the blue or out of the black, if you want to talk in a kind of a Firefly sort of thing, he asks me, he said, since every ship needs a name, what's the name of your ship going to be?
Numbers.
Yeah, he's probably just...
Core's going to do numbers because he's going to be ramming his ships into
launch bays.
Trying to scam
into Vandal Vandal Queens. He's going to be ramming his ships into them.
Well, he already said he's going to just slam it into the launch bay first.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll be the first thing. And then as soon as it's destroyed, I'll jump out, I'll EVA back into my hangar, jump in the next one, and go to the Vandal Queen.
Go ahead, Pancakes.
Mine's either going to be like something really dumb, like the USS Burt Reynolds, or something super cliche, like resilience. Something dumb like that. So there you go.
How about you, Perfect?
I'm going to name mine the Getsputlichkit.
Yeah, for sure.
The hell is that?
The fuck?
Getsputlichkit is not. It's a fake German word.
No shit.
Yeah.
It's
Go ahead. Sorry.
So it's from. Okay, so a long time ago, I was reading this list of analogies and stuff written by high school students. Like some of the best ones ever. And this is where this is from. I felt a nameless dread. Well, there's probably a long German name for it, like Getsputlichkit or something. But I don't speak German. Anyway, it's a dread that nobody knows the name for. Like those little square plastic gizmos that close your bread bags. I don't know the name for those either. So Getsputlichkit.
Okay,
it's a good word.
If I keep the freelancer, it's going to be Linda Lovelace.
Lovelace.
Yes. Lovelace. If I get the, what's the thing called? Starfarer? I'm going to call it the John Holmes.
I think I'd call my Starfarer Fat Boy.
It's kind of fat.
Fat boy with like 5 eyes.
Yeah, B-O-I-I-I-Y.
And then I'd load it up with nukes.
Now, is that one of the ones that has the little
the
secondary ship that pops out, like the little lifeboat kind of?
I know my World War II history.
No, it'll just be a regular freighter, not the Gemini. It'll just have, instead of those big bulbs that currently hold gas, it'll hold giant nuclear bombs. And when I go to attack, I'll fly up, I'll just turn my belly to them, and I'll eject all my nukes.
Like a salmon spawning in the very river in which it was born.
Nuclear salmon.
Nuclear spawn. That'd be cool.
That'd be beautiful.
All right.
And I think last week, it was, and Mr. Perfect, I know you appreciated the name, which, you're welcome to take it if you want. I'm still leaning towards the molybdenum falcon, if I have to.
Molybdenum falcon?
Yes, the molybdenum falcon.
So the pun is a little too painful for me.
Well, so would the explosion be.
Oh, molybdenum. Core ship will be a pink salmon. Poetry.
Yes. Just paint it like a giant salmon.
Barstow says, over the comms, core is spawning. Core
and
is
every time
spawning.
people see it, it strikes fear into everybody's hearts when they see the salmon warp in.
Oh my god! No way we can
start scattering in all directions.
Actually,
scattering nuclear weapons. It's like you're in the middle of this battle with all these like ships. It's like Mr. like gunmetal gray, and then all of a sudden there's like a pink salmon that warps in, and everybody's like, "No, run!"
Then the Vandal Grizzly shows up, just appears in front of it with its mouth.
The Vandal Grizzly starts thrashing about on a planet. All right. We have just had a fun time tonight, I'll tell you that.
It would seem that way.
It was very good. Okay, so one last pitch here, everybody, for this week. I'm going to put this link up on my Twitter and mention it every once in a while. Trendine's Star Citizen Fund down below. Please help if you can. And I've seen a couple people said that they're not comfortable with paying through the systems fund deal. So they're going to send me the money on PayPal, and I'm going to then submit it to the thing on their name. So, yeah. All right, so Mr. Pancakes, tell us a little bit about your channel on YouTube and all that.
Well,
your brother's channel.
Yeah, go check out Bros on Lair.
Bros on Lair.
Most importantly, go get Trendane a new computer.
There you go. Core.
I'm married now.
Mm-hmm. So now he can go back to doing your regular weekly shows on Twitch.
Hopefully, yes. I will be coming back to streaming probably around after next week's podcast. I'll probably get the ball rolling on that again. The reason why I'm not doing it right now is because I'm still sorting some stuff out. And for the next week, I will be keeping in touch with the sales. So, yeah. After next week, I'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
And my Twitch channel's right here. I'll post it in the chat. Go ahead.
Thank you. Perfect Nerd. Tell us about your channel.
You can find me on Twitter at Perfect Nerd, and it's perfect with a K.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/user/perfectsc. And I did not post the Hearthstone video. It's recorded. I just need to edit it. I had like major work emergencies this week and hardware failures and all sorts of fun things that happened. So did not get a chance to do that. But hopefully I will soon.
Awesome.
And that's awesome.
Oh, I hear echo coming back.
Hello.
All right, Trendane.
Well, I'm Trendane, just like it's written right there, just about everywhere on YouTube and Twitter and everywhere else. But I wanted to read from WePay, which is the the site that does the Bitly thing down there. I wanted to read my favorite piece from the terms of service.
Oh yes, this is great.
By registering for WePay as a merchant, which is the person who's conducting the fundraising, you confirm that you will not accept payments or use the service in connection with the following activities, items, or services. And down on this list, it very specifically calls out magic, enchantment, sorcery, or other forms of yet to be explained science.
That is awesome.
That's great.
Yeah,
that is really good. I think magic is definitely something you want to avoid when you're doing fundraising. But
I agree.
But he will do a voice thing for you guys. So if you want to donate $10 or more, Trendane will do a little voice thing for you, like maybe an answering thing for your phone. It'd be really cool, like a ringtone or something. Pick up the phone.
I was just gonna say, why don't you ever answer when I call? Are you with that hussy again? You know,
are you with that bitch again?
You should tell her to go home and take the rest of her penicillin. And don't you go sticking it in there, because I know where that's been.
Perfect. Now, wouldn't that be a great ringtone to have at church?
And it's the preacher's phone that has it? Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So you can get a ringtone just like that if you donate $10 or more.
Guys, you know you want that.
Oh my god, you hit my gag reflex.
All right, so this video will be available on YouTube, on my channel, Trendane's channel, Quarters channel, Pancakes Brothers channel, and Perfect Nerds channel. So go ahead and check them out there. You can watch this later. And then I apologize about last week. I got the flu right after we finished the show. Like that night I went to bed and I woke up the next morning with a bad fever and I was really sick for a couple of days. So I apologize about last week's show, but this one we will have up on SoundCloud, so you can listen to this audio-only version as Trendane coughs up a lung.
I've got 3. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. And then so this will be available for everybody to listen to later, and hope you liked it. So I guess that's it for tonight.
Yay!
Well, thanks everyone for being here. And
this is goodbye from Pancakes. It's goodbye from Arthas.
Who else you got over there?
Queen of Blades.
Queen of Blades.
I've got a Diablo. I've got a ninja.
Oh, very good.
I've got a pirate.
Oh, damn it! I was just going to ask them.
I've got Darth Vader, who's green.
That's cool.
I've got this guy from prison.
Do you have any Boba Fett's?
And then I've got this basketball player.
Pancake still has a lot of toys, so don't pick on him.
Yes.
It's like guys, the most random collection of superheroes ever.
Yeah, right? They just cheer me on while I play video games. Okay, you can do it.
Okay, everybody, we are heading out. It's about that time. So we'll see you all very soon. Until next week, saying see ya.
Be careless.